Hey, welcome to Guide to Decide channel. Today I'm going to talk something really special thing, or something that really making waves in the technology world, right? Before I really get into the actual topic, I really want to tell something about what I deeply believe, and and I think everybody realizes that time and again, because when you look at the technology by essence, right, it is really a democratization by nature, right? It spreads the democratization nature, and any attempt, or anybody or any company, any organization is trying to confine it to make it an exclusive or premium offering. It's going to meet with a resistance, because it's going to meet with an innovation that is inevitably find its own way to break it free, and it's going to return with even greater force. And that's exactly what happened when you look at the AI industry right now. There are companies that are making it as a premium offering, or it is going to make it as an exclusive service, while there is other part of the industry is trying to make it an open source. Like you see the companies like Meta is trying to make, they're working on the open source model, and there's a Hugging Face also have some models that are open source. But recently, very recently, what DeepSeek has done is not just coming up with an open source, but they have 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 something that is groundbreaking in the industry, right? Because what it has done with its new major release, R1, which is powered by V3 LLM, it is adding an advanced reasoning capabilities, and particularly in the logical inference and problem solving, and a lot of its performance is on par with the advanced AI models in the world right now, right? And what DeepSeek has said, in its paper, or in its publications, is that in the last 2 months they have spent about $5.5 million to train its model using a data center that uses about 2K Nvidia H800 GPUs. And they have published a paper that quotes that the performance of their model has matched with most of the advanced models in the world. And these advanced models are really have spent, or currently spending, billions to train their models to achieve the same or maybe similar performances. And this is definitely a groundbreaking thing, and we should really look at closely this innovation, where it is going to take this AI research and the innovation in the coming future, right? And honestly, the spending in the AI has really has been exceeded any expectations in the recent past. Like if you look at the recent reports, the major tech companies like Microsoft, Google, Meta, and Amazon are each investing between 30 billion to 60 billion annually on AI development, with their combined spending on AI data centers reaching upwards about 125 billion in the recent months. This is amazing, right? This is like a lot of money that is going in. But with the DeepSeek and what the efficiency they have achieved, it has proven that we can do a lot with this money that is available. So when you have resources, you have to really look at this. I think the reason why personally feel that the reason why the DeepSeek has come up with this model that is so cost efficient is only because of the constraints that are applied on it. Like America always been tried to to restrict the Nvidia chips to be accessible for China, and all other restrictions that are there on China, that the resources that are available for US companies have made it find an innovative solution with all that restrictions. I think it's the necessity is the mother of innovation. Has that statement has again proved it as true. And how did even this DeepSeek has achieved it, right? Well, we know its secret sauce because it is open source and they have published it, their paper. Anybody can access it. And what it says is essentially the architecture that they have using are it's MOE, or you call it as mixture of experts architecture. And essentially what it does is basically it divides the tasks into subtasks and assigns each of its tasks to the experts that is right for that task. So and then it combines that outcome and refine it and give it as an outcome. So the optimization of these resources utilization is really what the crux of it, right? So that when an input is provided, it's not really activating all the experts. It's activating only the experts that are relevant and that are required for that input to process. So which is really saving a lot of resources or the computing power by selectively activating those experts that are required for that task. And this is really a groundbreaking approach, and saved and proved that how it can save that. So when you really look at it, right, and the DeepSeek is really an open source, right? And many get confused with when you go to their site, you will see that there is a pricing and all that. So when you say open source, it's supposed to be free, and why there is a pricing. But I think we just have to all understand something very basic, that the DeepSeek model is available, that anybody can download it from its source, and there is research papers and the results, everything is publicly available. You can just download it and start using it. But the idea is when you download that, right, you are basically taking the ownership of where you're going to host it, and you're going to basically take the ownership of entire infrastructure to where you have to run it. For example, all the servers and training, refining its model, and keeping those models up to date, and all of that is all your responsibility. But the model itself, the base model itself, is free for you to use it. So now, if you have, let's say you have a travel app, and you have a travel mobile app where you're going to take the history of the user's travel history and going to make recommendations of future vacations spots. Let's say you're using AI, and if you want to use DeepSeek, you have two options. One, you can absolutely use DeepSeek's V3 R1 model, or any of its model, which is open source, download it for free and set it up in your infrastructure with say, configuring all your servers and all, and you can start using it for free, but just paying for the infrastructure and training and refining it. However, there is an alternative option, is DeepSeek provides you as a managed service where you can actually take that all as a API, where you don't have to make it all any servers or any infrastructure maintenance, but actually take that as an consume it as an API, and you're going to pay for that. And when you're really looking at the pricing, I haven't really compared it pricing with other AI models, but I strongly believe that the models and the pricings are, when I looked at a glance, I feel that they are really reasonable pricing. And when you are using it for your businesses or commercial purposes, or if you want to use it for any research, I think those are very reasonable pricing that is available. Because if you look at it, the capital to really build this is not much, as when you compare with the other AI models. So obviously the consuming cost is also going to be cheaper. So I am really positive that with this type of innovation that is coming in AI, I think there's greater opportunities that are ahead, that people who are getting into the AI research or development, I think we're going to start see more cost efficient, and we also going to see this AI development not just concentrated in to Silicon Valley, California in US, but maybe we're going to see another innovation from another part of country, another part of the world. So I think it's good to see that technology is making everybody empowered, and they're able to it is allowing people to innovate without any restrictions. So this is something, a really good time to see how things are shaping up in the AI world. And now when you really compare these, when I really compared this AI DeepSeek AI solution with ChatGPT, I think the answers and the response times are pretty much on par. But I think what I see as a major difference is when you're using ChatGPT, the free tier is going to stop responding after a certain time, because you have limited, it's going to have some cap on how many queries it can take in the free tier for in a day. But there is no limitation or limit or cap on the DeepSeek. You can ask as many questions you want, and I think it's pretty good with the answers and the reasoning that it is giving and providing. So it's pretty good, and I have seen DeepSeek is providing really good responses in the tech related questions or mathematical problems. I have to still look at the text generation, or what kind of the quality text it is going to provide, depending on my inputs. But I think based on some basic tests that I have done between the ChatGPT and DeepSeek, looks like they are not too far from the expectations that are common expectations from the consumer. So I think they both are really cool to use. Please check out. I think you can just go to deepseek.com and you will be able to start. You can start using, and you can write comments about how do you like each of those, and tell what do you think about DeepSeek, and where do you think the AI is going to take us in the next in the coming future, right? So with that, I'm going to say bye, and thanks for watching my video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel. Thank you.